a standard input output library. Now I'm using an online compiler. You can always use any of the IDEs available for C programming language. You can use dev C++ or any other IDE for that matter. So our standard input output library helps in using the normal functions that are necessary, that is printf and scanf. Then we have int main, where we're going to declare our variables, and to store the number of terms in the array, an array called num. Then we have large, small. These are just variables, so that as we go, you'll know the usage of these variables. And then we have also I later, which is going to help us in the for loop as a control variable. Now we're gonna have a print statement, which is basically asking for user input for the variable n, which is the number of terms in the array. Scanf %d. Now %d is the format specifier. Since we are using integer, we are using %d. If you were using floating point number, you would have used f, and otherwise s if it was a character. Then we have print statement again, which again asks for user input for the array instead, and a for loop. Now this program is very helpful for practicing for loops and arrays. Here we are using a for loop which is very simple, and we're going to be using the same for loop throughout, which is I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. So this for loop will start at 0, go all the way to n minus 1, which is the size of an array, of our array, which will be inputted by the user. And now we're going to take input. Now I forgot to put an ampersand there in the scanf function. Do not forget that. I did add it later on. Now we're assuming our number at 0, which is array index 0, is the largest number for our logic here. And we're going to use the same loop again. Now we're going to have an if statement. Again, conditional statements can be practiced using this. If large less than num I. So we are telling if our current large number is less than any other number in the array. If so, it will be swapped. So the number which is largest than our current large will become a new large number. If not, it will remain same. Now we're going to use the same loop, that is the same for loop, in order to find the index of the largest number. And we'll just change the logic for that. So the same for loop, instead of the less than sign, we're using the double equal to sign, and instead of the large, we'll change the variable to L of index, which is our variable to store the index at which the large number has occurred in the array. That is that. And now we're going to write a print statement here to print the largest number and its index. Remember, when you're printing the index, you need to append it with 1, that is index plus 1, because otherwise it will return the array index value, position of the number, instead of the actual position of the number. It will start at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. We want 1, 2, 3, 4 as our position for the number where we found the large number. And that's why we're going to add index plus 1. Again, I'm going to add that later on. We're copying the same code to find the smallest number, and now we're just going to change all the variables name to small. So we're going to assume small, the number at 0, array index 0 is the smallest. Here we're going to change the logic to small greater than num at I. So we're going to check if our current small is greater than any other number in the array. If not, it remains the smallest. If yes, then the new small becomes our new small number. So number which is less than our current small becomes our new small, and that is what we're going to do, and swap it up and find the index the same way. So that's how you find the smallest and the largest number. Let's run this, and obviously you need to add return 0, because int main is a function, it has to return something. Now we run this. We've got an error, which is the most basic error, the syntax error. Do not forget to add a semicolon after every line of code. Now when we run this, it's running very nicely. I've added 5. I'm going to enter the numbers. That's 2, 1, 3, 4, and 5. Now it has given me output, but it looks really bad. So you can always format it using a new line character, which is what I've done. So when I run this again, I first enter the number of terms in my array, and then I add the terms in my array. And when I press enter, see, this is better formatted. It looks much cleaner. It has given us the correct answer as well. 4 is at position 4, and the smallest number is at index 3.